This video is created for educational purposes only and is not financial advice. All financial actions are your own personal responsibility. Before you start, make sure you understand the risks and are prepared for them. Hi, I'm Evelyn. I want to be honest right away. When I was just starting out, I felt like I'd entered a complete maze. Everything around me shattered my focus. Advice, charts, complex words, conflicting opinions, and inside a thought nagged, well, that's it. I definitely can do this. It's not for me. What am I getting into? And the hardest part was the lack of trust from loved ones. Family members insisted, why are you doing this? Nothing will come of it. Do you know how many people have been deceived? And honestly, that was what drained my energy the most. When those you expect support from don't believe in you. But I wasn't so easily broken, and since I wasn't happy with my situation, I kept searching. At some point I realized it's important not to grab at everything, but to be able to stop, assess the situation and take one small step. Not a race, not a marathon, but come forward movement. The situation was worsened by the fact that I didn't have a guide, someone to point me in the right direction, so I had to go through my own series of mistakes. Well, now I myself a guide for others to show that you don't need to overload yourself but can look at things more simply, clearly, and even with ease. In this video, I want to share one of these methods, so stick around. I hope you find it useful. You know what I hear most often from beginners? Evelyn, my head is spinning. I'm trying, reading, watching videos, but inside there is still emptiness and anxiety. It's like I'm walking blind. I understand this perfectly because I went through it myself. And you know what was the most exhausting? It wasn't even the complexity of the process, but the loneliness. That's exactly why I created our community, a place where you don't stay alone. Here we analyze real situations, discuss them, and you see that you are not the only one on this path. Support and clarity at the start are what's so often missing. And now I want to show you a method we use in practice. Take a look and you'll see that even complex things can be explained calmly and accessibly. All right, let's get to the practical part. I've already pulled up the workspace and you can see what it looks like on my end. Now, all that's left is to adjust the settings, select a command, and connect the assistant. I'm curious to see how it will help me look at the situation more calmly and make more balanced decisions today. Okay, I'm ready to start. The chart is still moving in an upward direction, and the current pause looks more like a temporary slowdown. The price is approaching an area where reversals have often started in the past. In my opinion, this is a level worth keeping an eye on. Sticking to the same rhythm, the chart is maintaining its upward bias. Before this, the price was fluctuating a bit before reaching the upper boundary again. This kind of situation usually indicates a retest of the level. Overall, the picture remains consistent with the prior movement. Alright, moving on. The price breaks through a key level and then quickly pulls back, as if it's testing the level's strength. This behavior resembles a retest, and the momentum suggests the trend is still upward for now. Okay, folks, let's move on to the next setup. We see a new high on the chart, but the indicator data suggests the opposite. A divergence is appearing. It's like a car accelerating with the fuel gauge on empty. This contrast can signal that the momentum is starting to weaken. In this case, our assistant helped us spot the weakening momentum. Let's continue. It seems the upward move couldn't hold the level and is gradually declining. We're now seeing a downward dynamic and I'm factoring that in. Going against this direction seems questionable, so it's more logical to watch how the situation develops within the current flow. This example shows that when a move gains strength, it's better not to fight it, but to follow the trend. Moving on, we've already started the practice and I want to share an important observation. Most often what stops people isn't the complexity of the process itself, but the fear of taking the first step. The thought circulates, what if I make a mistake? But a mistake isn't a full stop, it's a comma. It shows a direction where you need to be more careful. There is a simple phrase that resonates with me. The person who never makes a mistake usually never makes anything. That's why I created the community, so no one is left alone with his fear. We break down the steps together, discuss and support each other, and with that kind of support, moving forward is much easier. And now let's get back to practice. There are more interesting points ahead. Here the price is gradually returning to the main trend line. And here's what we'll do. Minor fluctuations look natural within the overall upward trend. I don't see any signs of a major reversal yet, so the direction remains the same and is developing quite steadily. A classic case of not overcomplicating things. Let's keep going. Now a divergence is noticeable. The price line continues to rise, but the indicator data is pointing down. This could mean the upward momentum is gradually losing steam. In situations like this, a reversal often begins, so I'm considering the possibility of the price moving further down to test the zone where we've seen stops before. And once again, paying attention to the details helped me analyze the situation. On to the next one. After a period of decline, the chart shows a recovery, returning to previous levels. This might indicate a shift in market sentiment and emerging signs of strength. Oh, the indicator data is also moving in the same direction, creating a sense of a gradual recovery in momentum towards areas where significant fluctuations occurred before. Let's move on, folks. Well, let's look closer. The overall trend is still upward, but we're seeing a slight pause now. Phases like this are often part of a natural process and can serve as preparation for the next leg. Visually, it looks like a temporary slowdown that allows us to assess whether the current momentum will hold. All right, pressing on. The finale is ahead. This situation resembles the previous one, only now we're closer to the lower boundary of the range. After the decline, we see movement in the opposite direction, which could signal a shift in sentiment. Patterns like this are often seen as a stage of gradual recovery. Wrapping up on a high note, my mood is through the roof. We've reached the end, and I want you to take away one simple thought. Going it alone is hard, but it's not at all necessary. Each of us has faced doubts, the fear of taking a step, distrust from loved ones, or information overload. But it's precisely in such moments that you need a space nearby where there is support, answers, and people who understand what you are going through. My community is a place where all of that already exists. There we discuss strategies, analyze real situations, and learn together. As a mentor, I help you see the path more clearly and avoid getting distracted by unnecessary things. Take a look inside, feel the atmosphere of growth and support, and decide for yourself if you are ready to take that step. Perhaps your new story starts right here. Thank you for staying until the end. I'll see you in the community.